Coffee with MarkZ, joined by Andy Schectman, October 15, 2025. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon. Some highlights by PDK, not verbatim. MarkZ disclaimer. Please consider everything on this call as my opinion. People who take notes do not catch everything, and it's best to watch the video so that you get everything in context. Be sure to consult a professional for any financial decisions. Member. A wonderfully great golden morning, MarkZ, mods, Andy, and to all the great wonderful patriots in the room. Member. Is this the day we have all been waiting for? Member. It's possible Iraq drops 3 zeros today. Member. Mark, if we are charged capital gains tax on currency exchanges, would we get the tax refunded when Nasara kicks in? MZ. That makes logical sense to me. I'm really not worried. I have set aside extra currency in case of taxes. Member. I've heard consistently it's a tax-free event, although fees may be by state. MZ. Great articles from Iraq. The deputy governor of the Central Bank of Iraq told CNBC Arabia that there is no intention to float the dinar's exchange rate. They do not want a wild float, they want stability. MZ. Another one. Central Bank. Gold reserves reached 170 tons. And an intention to remove zeros from the dinar. They want us to know about their gold holdings. They have increased their gold reserves from 90 tons to a whopping 170 tons. 20% of their total assets are gold, and it is growing. And they did say they are intending to remove zeros. MZ. There was probably 50 articles out this morning in effect saying the same things. Member. Question: do you find it odd that Iraq would release news about the 3 zeros being dropped right now? Why not announce when they RV? Member. MarkZ, you've been over this 100 times, but sorry, does deleting the zeros off the currency hurt us in the US? Member. If they take off the zeros, what would a 25,000 note be worth? Member. Militiaman said this a while ago and I saved it. Militiaman, if you do the math on it, if you drop the 3 zeros from the exchange rate of the nominal value of the currency, if the exchange rate is $1 divided by 1310 gets you 0.00076643, or real close, which is far less than a penny. If you drop the 3 zeros off the exchange rate, you've done a big service. You've created value to that currency, because if you drop 3 zeros from the exchange rate that is 0.76, they can then add the real effective exchange rate based off the non-oil revenue streams. Member. The zeros would come of the value, not the currency itself. MZ. What removing the zeros means, Dr. Shabibi, the architect of the RV, told us. He has explained it. It is not a secret. They are not just going to cut off zeros or lop them. Member. Mark, if my counts are correct, the value of the dinar should be 996.07 to achieve the 0.76 rate. Right? Member. IMO. First, Iraq will revalue the dinar and then drop the zeros, with the IQD a higher value. Member. I've always heard the dollar will drop a decimal point and emerging market will move their rates 1 decim to the right of their first digit to balance them all. Member. Mark. Just saw Al-Ilak on live TV. He held up a 25 dinar note. Saw it. Had it all translated in real time. MZ. 5 Iraqi banks to leave the market and close their doors. These are banks that did not comply. They had 3 options. 1. They could update their systems and comply, or they could 2. Merge with other banks that have already complied, or 3. Close their doors. Final cleanups. They told us this was coming. MZ. Will Iraq go through 2025 without a budget? The weekend news cycle had them pushing hard to go before the end of the month and before this session of parliament ended to have a budget. MZ. And the chatter in Iraq is to have a decision on rates and zeros before the end of this parliamentary session. Member. We love chatter burgers. MZ. Stability of the Iraq dinar exchange rate. CBI paper. In his article they talk about the I-dinar, the digital dinar that is backed by gold and in a basket of regional currencies. This digital dinar will be in conjunction with physical cash and backed by assets. I love seeing this. Member. I wonder, does all this contribute to going gold back in America having a gold-backed currency? Member. We are suddenly getting a lot of news out of Iraq. I wonder, did Kuwait put out news like this before they revalued? MZ. Yes, they did. They would put out a lot of news like we are seeing today, then a day or two of quiet or negative news. This is very much a similar yo-yo. They will talk about implementing it for a while, then when it goes they will do it suddenly overnight. Bam! They're prepared. Member. I want to delete the zeros from my bank account. Lol. Member. Iraq currency is under the mattress due to lack of value. Raise the value, they deposit it and use smaller notes in the street, and there's enough for the exchanges at the ports. MZ. IMF and World Bank currently holding meetings in DC. They really don't want to let go of the old banking system. Member. Gold is up to 4,200 and going up. Silver is up to 52 and going up. Member. Silver will be $60 approx by the end of the year. Member. So have they stalled the historic bonds? MZ. I don't think they have stalled the bonds, I think they have gotten good at plugging leaks. Member. John Dowling said that today is the last day for all banks to change over to the QFS. If not, they're essentially a credit union. Member. Will the markets just switch over to asset-backed without a crash? Fiat gone? Member. Heard a rumor that we could potentially get notified by the weekend. Praying this is true. Member. We're approaching the holiday season. An RV sure will make it the greatest of all time for me. Member. Thanks Mark and Andy. Looks like things are finally starting to happen. Very exciting. Member. Everyone have a wonderful and hopeful day. Andy Schectman from Miles Franklin joins the stream. Please listen to the replay for his information and opinions. The content in this podcast is for general and educational purposes only and not intended to provide any professional, financial or legal advice. Please consider everything discussed in MarkZ's opinion only. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon.
Source: Dinar Recaps.